Good morning, Dopey, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning, Dopey. It's weird. I asked Jay not to change his clothes from yesterday to today because today is June 3rd.
June 3rd. Wait.
Jay, how are you today?
I'm really, really good. Your birthday was 2 days ago. I didn't say happy birthday.
What's going on with you?
You know, just fucking taking my shirt off.
What's the good word?
You know, same stuff, different day. Doing really well. Just got back from the gym.
What do you think about do you ever read the daily reflections for fun? Does anybody annoyingly send you the daily reflections?
Yes.
Who does it?
This guy, Greg.
Nice.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a little older, but like me because.
Has he ever asked you to send him a picture of yourself?
What? No, but I'm sure he wants one. Should we send him one right now?
No. So I find that people are always sending me the daily reflection. It should
Right?
It should be a good thing.
Should be. Do you read it every time someone sends it to you?
I've never read it. Literally, I've never read it when they send it to me. I've never read it. I also read them, like we do them every day. I retain nothing.
Yeah, they're not huge, but some of them could jump out. I remember when I was in rehab, they did it every day.
I think it's good. You know, this morning at the meeting that you didn't go to, it was a
shots fired.
It was the daily reflection meeting, and I always get something out of it, but I always need to also put it down. I'm of both communities.
Yeah.
So today is June 3rd, on a wing and a prayer. So pay attention, okay? And then look at step 6. We have emphasized willingness as being indispensable. Steps 4 and 5 were difficult, but worthwhile. Now I was stuck on step 6, and in despair, I picked up the big book and read this passage. I was outside praying for willingness when I raised my eyes and saw a huge bird rising in the sky. I watched it suddenly give itself up to the powerful air currents of the mountain. This is very poetic.
Yes, it is. Imagery.
It's not usually like this. I swept along, swooping and soaring, and birds did things seemingly impossible for mortal birds, and the bird did things seemingly impossible for mortal birds to do. It was an inspiring example of a fellow creature letting go to a power greater than itself. I realized if the bird took back its will and tried to fly with less trust on its power alone, it would spoil its apparent free flight. That insight granted me the willingness to pray the 7-step prayer. It's not easy to know God's will in each circumstance. I must search out and be ready for the currents, and that's where prayer and meditation help. Because I am of myself nothing. I ask God to grant me the knowledge of His will and the power and courage to carry it out today. That's interesting, I think.
Solid.
That's the 7-step prayer. I ask God to grant me the knowledge of His will and the power and courage to carry it out today. Sometimes when I pray and I forget what I'm supposed to pray for,
you go for that one.
I do that. Then the 3rd step prayer I remember from my old meeting, which was guide me in my recovery and show me how to live. I think it's nice.
I can do that one.
I like this bird idea. Is the idea that the bird doesn't know what it's doing, so God is kind of remote controlling the bird? Is that what's happening?
I think it's let go, let the current take you. Don't fight it, because then you wouldn't be so free flowing.
And that's a nice idea for life.
Nice sentiment.
What is the 6th step? Here, Google the 6th step. What is it? So the first step is we made an inventory. 5th step is we disclosed it. 6, we made a decision to. I think it's something about giving our defects over, or
recognize our defect. No, okay. 6th step. Step 6.
Became willing to have.
We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. That sounds right?
Now listen, I think you are a professional bullshitter, just so we're clear.
Okay.
Also, I love you and trust you and don't think you're always bullshitting. Now, when you hear something like that, what is it again?
We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character.
Like, don't you think that's the ultimate bullshitter step? Like, you'd be like, yeah, it's done. I'm ready.
Yo, in that sense, it's 6 done.
But do you think, on second thought, when you're thinking about
entirely ready?
Yeah, like what does it mean for you to be entirely ready?
I mean, I'm entirely ready for it, but just because you're ready for something doesn't mean you're gonna do it.
That's the step.
That's it.
That's
right?
it. if you're entirely ready, then you're fucking
Then
good.
steps checked.
Yeah.
So check the step because I was entirely ready.
Yeah, but you didn't
for
finish
it.
step 5. We get to yes,
True,
please,
true.
Continue.
But yeah, being entirely ready is that's the step, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of like I can be I don't want to have these defects of character.
See, I dragged my feet on this because
Yeah,
I wasn't ready.
You would.
I wasn't ready.
You would.
I wasn't entirely ready. I'm still like, my defects pop up like a shade.
But you're not like ready for them to be removed.
I am now. I just remember the first time I did the steps. I
You
was
were
like,
not ready.
I sat on
He
that for a
wasn't
while.
ready.
I sat on that for a while. You know what I mean? So, that's all.
I feel like I'm ready.
Well, good.
The defects removed.
And Dopey Nation, do you guys feel like you're ready?
All it takes is to be ready. That's what
Entirely
the step
ready.
says. Entirely ready.
All right. Well, this is good. Did you enjoy this?
Yeah, solid.
All right, cool.
Solid.
Thanks, Jay.
Daily reflections.
Stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking toodles,
Toodles.
for Chris.
Dopey, I'm face down on the floor. Dopey, please sir, can I have some more? Dopey.